Hey guys, how are my buddies this morning? I see you down there peeking over that hot tub, TC. Are you gonna get in there and take you a little hot tub, huh? That'd be feel pretty good, moving around on your muscles, but be pretty hot. I hadn't been in the hot tub in a while. Hadn't had Chris in the hot tub in a while. He said, I'm gonna walk over at the food just in case you show up that way. Everybody else is gonna probably head that way also. Got a little cloud cover this morning, and it is just above 80 degrees, like 82. That pretty rascal right there, will you? Now, who is that right there? Do we know who that is? Is that 12 Point? I don't. Tripod's not all tightened down. I just saw him out here in the yard eating breakfast this morning. I thought I'd run out here and shoot a little bit. And there's my man Forrest. Isn't he gorgeous? Look at those antlers, will you? Yeah, look at those antlers. Yeah. That's his second set. He had some nice ones last year, and nicer this year. Now here's a little guy right here, and this is a deal that we've kind of learned. Look at his little horns there. He's small, really a little bit larger, not a lot larger, but quite a bit larger than Ot6. And Ot6 had, got ripped one of his off. Ot6 had a couple of antlers up there like they're supposed to have, and he got that one broke that little curl antler while it was in velvet. And then he got that little curl, it hardened up, hung in the fence, and ripped it right out of the top of his head. Bleeding like crazy. And I look off down there, and I don't know, that could be Snoopy. I got to call that Tim. It could be Snoopy, because that deer does have a tag. 12 Point does not have a tag. That could be Snoopy right there. It's got a lot bigger. Look at the belly on that guy. Woo. That South Fresh is making him fat. South Fresh Deer Food, Decatur, Alabama. If you live anywhere in the South, that could be Snoopy. It's got a beautiful side and a side that's not so beautiful. But that deer right there was small last year. And this guy right here is small this year. That's his first horns. But let them go. Let them grow. Let them go, let them grow. Kind of like bass. Look at the lake out there this morning. Doesn't it look nice? Doesn't that look nice? Got some cloud cover. A possibility of rain today. We still have not had rain. They've had rain all over the state. Some places 4 and 5 inches. A lot of places 2 and 3 inches. We have not had a drop. But we have this one last chance today, tonight, and a slight chance in the morning. But we're going to start the week out doing what we've been doing for the last couple of months. Hadn't rained since the first week in June, which is going on 2 months if it doesn't rain today. We are starting this day out like all the rest, praying for rain. God did bless Oklahoma with rain. Cloud covers here. Back up and take a look at a great way for Jimmy to start his morning. Chris is drinking coffee in bed, watching the news, local news. We're starting another wonderful, wonderful week. Well, look off down there. Look off down there. It's an elk deer, as the kid would say. Jeremy's little kids used to call those elk deer. We started calling them elk, and they just added the deer to it. There is a deer back behind that deer also. Did that thing have a little nubbin or something on its head? No, I guess there's something behind it. That's just a big old cow. I saw a deer back behind her right there. See, there is a deer. And that's a fawn. Oh, it's a calf. That's an elk deer fawn. Looky there. We haven't seen that. I knew I'd seen something back behind her. That is her baby. That's right. Cow with her baby. I guess the elk have been a little bit better taking care of their babies with the coyotes and mountain lions and bobcats than the deer have. I'm gonna just leave it there on it just for a second. I might try to reposition around these trees. Let me see if I can get just a little bit better look and see if I can zoom in. It's down there pretty good ways. It's down below the albino deer pen. In fact, where she is right there might become part of the albino pen. I'm trying to get a price from my buddy George Venegas. We figured up how much wire we're gonna need, so we're gonna try to figure out if we can get a good deal of some sort on that. I see the head pit popping out there. There's the little baby's head sticking out. Look at the size of that thing. I thought that was a big old deer back behind it. Look at the size of that baby. It's still got its spot. That's the first baby elk that I've seen. Look at it. There, we're gonna get a little look at it. There we go. I don't have to move. Feeding down through there this morning, grazing. The little baby's grazing also, so she might already be off of the Milk for Breakfast Club. But that's a beautiful little elk there. Our elk are doing really, really well. Look how big and fat that her mama is. And she's gonna run on off, and the little baby elk is gonna follow her. Now that's an extra special treat here this morning. As God is smiling down on Jimmy again. Thank you, Lord. I do appreciate your presence in my life. Just show me things like that just to remind me that you're here. Look at that. How good is that, boys and girls? I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my. Well, let's wander around and see what's going on out here this morning. Early in the morning, there's my babies. They're waiting for something to eat. I've already given them a couple slices of bread. We're starting to buy wheat bread because those little babies are eating bread right now. We do feed bread to the white deer and to the others occasionally. Bread gets a little old, we throw it out. But if I buy wheat bread, that way they're getting some good bread. I just pan right over there. I can see some of the deer waiting in the prayer circle for me out there. I see Thunder Chicken right there in the middle with that huge, thick, big beard. He had a girl right there with him a minute ago. She's walking away over there. I don't know about him. He didn't have any babies this year. And I know he was working hard on it, but I never saw any chicks at all. It just breaks my heart. But we look off over at the feeder, and that hen right there should have 8 or 10 or 12 little baby chicks following around behind her. It ought to be pretty good size by now, but she has none. And probably all the critters and the hawks and owls that have caused that to happen. But let's wander off over there and throw a little feed out. Take a look at the guys and girls this morning and see what shows up. Well, as we head over there with the sloppy camera work, we see Mr. Forrest, we see Ot 6, and we see TC. And they're all there saying, come on over, Jimmy, and help me out a little bit. So let's just head on over that way. I'll try to hold that. Guess if I back off a little bit where it wasn't zoomed in quite so much, it'd be better. Here's Forrest. He's coming to meet me in just in case I'm carrying a carrot. There's a pretty boy right there. There's a pretty boy right there. And that's that boy's first horns right there. You're seeing that's his first horns. And he's got some good ones. One side is not that great. The other side is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 4. And he's got, you see what happens there? You see that brow tine that's grown out a little bit longer there on that, what I will call the bad side. I mean, I don't know. No real such thing as a bad side. But you can see Forrest, he's just pretty much right on both sides. TC has got one better side than the other, but both sides are big. Thunder Chicken said, all I got to worry about is a beard and some big old spurs. Ot 6 has got 8 or 9 up there on that one side. And that's the little guy we were talking about right there. He's a yellow tag, so that's his very first horns right there. And you can see that he's looking really, really good on one side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on one side, and then looks like maybe only about 4 on the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think 6 on one side. That's pretty good looking right there. Here we got more guys and girls coming up. All I need to do is come up here and start my little talking and whispering, and guys will come up. This is always so special right here. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. So where's my carrot, Jimmy? Look at Aunt Six. I believe I could start feeding Aunt Six out of my hand too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 on that side. I don't know why I keep counting them. They're not changing any right now. Some of the deer still will change some. It's a possibility that this guy out there gets some more. He's watching our horns videos where we really pretty much concentrate on the horns. And the herd video, we just kind of show up out here and everybody's waiting on me and they're saying, Jimmy, will you quit talking and throw some South Fresh deer food out of that feeder? Okay, guys, I will do that. I will do that just for y'all. I'll start throwing some feed out here and we will see what happens. All right. Right there. You can just about get your nose down in there, can't you? You can just about. It's just on the pile right there for me. That's what you really like, isn't it? That's what he really likes right there. It's amazing. You can throw it over their back and they don't even get too carried away. Spread it out, keep it from fighting. Okay, guys and girls, there you go. And keep in mind this thing goes 3 times a day too. So, but there's still a lot to eat around the house here. But there's a lot that a lot of areas that it's pretty dead. But they're still feeding pretty good. I've been watching them around. They're still feeding a lot, all around. Still a lot to eat and. If we could just ever get a little bit of rain and a little moisture, some of these fields will green back up. A lot of times that happens in August, and like it is right now, August and September. We get some good heavy rains and everything gets real pretty again before it starts cooling off. And that might be what happened here, but it's looking good out there. I love them. I love them. Just kind of take a look at everybody right there. Look over there. I didn't even count how many's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe something behind that tree there. But there's at least 9 of my pretty guys and girls out there. That's a pretty picture right there, isn't it? We could sell postcards of Twin Eagle Ranch. That would be a pretty postcard picture. The boys and girls at ease on the ranch with their buddy Jimmy. Is that sweet? Hey, baby. You see those turkeys over there? Yeah? Look off over there. I think those birds there have got some young ones with them. They're almost as big as the hens. There's a couple gobblers there, but I think there's 3 or 4 baby chicks in that bunch that are not quite as big as the hens. Chris and I are going for a little ride around the ranch. She went down at the dock and fished with me this evening, and I caught 6, and she drug a roadrunner around there with one hand a little bit and didn't get a bite, but she got to watch me catch 6. She said, I want to go watch you fish. And I said, tune in to ESPN or the Pursuit Channel or WFN or Heartland or the Hunt Channel. You watch me fish. She didn't think that was very funny. But anyway, we'll look around the ranch, see what we might see. But right off the bat, we saw a pretty cool little bunch of turkeys. There's my boys right there. Come down here in the holler and they're laying down there in the bottom. Big, beautiful deer there, laying down. Oh, he's a pretty boy. Forrest standing there looking at us. TC's laying down. Forrest with his double collars. That is gorgeous right there. Putting that second collar on Forrest was a traumatic experience for him and I both. That pretty right there. That pretty right there. Yeah, buddy. I love to see them out in the wild. They're pretty in the yard. They're even more pretty out in the yard. We can't hardly see the circle this morning. Jamie is here. We've been installing a sunsetter awning. Jamie's here this morning, but we have deer in the prayer circle, saying a little prayer to start off another great day. Looks like they're not all in there. I see turkeys over here to the right. They pretty much come every day. The babies were out this morning, but I see they are back in their little hidey hole in the building. A little look over there and see the head that was behind the behind the pole sticking out there. Deer just laying around enjoying the start of another great day. Okay, guys and girls, that will wrap up this Friday edition of our two-piece deer videos. Lucy's Herd, we've called this, the deer videos, the deer of Twin Eagle Ranch, all kinds of things. Those of you that are with us every single week, and I know many of you are, and watch all the videos. Those of you with us know that we normally have a video on Friday and Saturday. We will continue to do this. One of the reasons is we just got so much going on and so many deer running around that we just can't get it all in one short video. We like to keep these videos around 15 or 18 or 20 minutes, and so we just don't have the ability to do that and do that with one night. So we will be having another video on Saturday like always. That video I just want to talk to you a little bit about because it's a magic evening. That's what it is. It's a magic evening. The entire video is shot right here in the front of Twin Eagle Ranch, or ranch house, and it's with my beautiful wife Chris, who's just getting better all the time, and she's still struggling. There's no doubt about that. I mean, she just breaks down and just cries, and it just breaks my heart when that happens. But mainly because she can't talk as well as she wants to, and she'll say, you know, she'll make several sentences and everything's perfectly, and then she'll say a sentence and it'll be a complete sentence, and get down to a word or two that doesn't come out, and you can't understand what she's talking about. And so I get that puzzled look on my face, or I tell her to say it again, and she just says, I just wish I could talk. I just wish, and I think that's more important to her, honestly, than walking. And you know my philosophy in fishing, if it's important to the fish, make it important to you. My philosophy in marriage is, if it's important to your beautiful wife, you make it important to you. So as much as I would love for her to walk, and she will be walking, I know that. Stephen McCartney, the physical therapist, is a great friend of ours, our preacher's son, and just a great young man, great young family man, great Christian. He's coming again today. He's coming. They pay him to come 2 days a week. He comes 3 days a week to do physical therapy. That's just how much. And I try to pay him for that other deal, and he won't take any money. He's just a great young man. He's just trying to get Chris to walk, and she's getting closer and closer. And he told me that when she was here 2 or 3 days ago, she did a lot better today. She walked better today. So that's going to happen. But boy, if talking's the most important thing to her, I'm going to start praying more for her to talk. Walking is really important to me. Talking is important to all of it. And I believe that right arm will move again. I believe that right arm. I told her the other day, you're going to be out there in the boat fishing with me. You're going to be out there in the boat fishing with me. But all of that aside, I didn't mean to get on that at all. It just sort of popped into my mind. Tomorrow's video is going to be a great one because it'll have Chris in there pretty much. She'll be in there a lot. We'll let the babies out again, and we've got Chris feeding the babies. We've got the babies running around doing zoomies that I love. I know everybody loves the zoomies. So let everybody know that video is going to be a good one. That's going Saturday video, Lucy's Herd, or our deer videos, or the deer of Twin Eagle, or we've called it a lot of different things. But basically, it's just a Friday and Saturday video about what's going on around the ranch with our animals, and what's going on with just trying to raise some of these babies and get them by and get them up to adulthood. And we've got right at the end of that video a special surprise with Chris and her albinos that I bought specifically for her. So don't miss that Saturday video. Thanks for watching this video right here. We appreciate it so much. And remember, guys and girls, I sure do love you.